I'm dying over here. Please give me some good news.
Earlier this year, Smithsonian.com announced that Jupiter has 12 new moons, so that's good.
Not what I meant. I mean, how long does it take for us to get to the largest planet in our solar system?
Well, it is over 350 million miles away from Earth, but you and I are not going to Jupiter. Fun fact, though, Jupiter was discovered 1,300 years ago by Babylonian astronomers. You and I are going to Europa, which was discovered in 1610.
Does that mean I need to learn how to use a bidet?
Why don't you just go into cryo? I'll wake you up when we get there.
Whatever.
Hey, Justin. Yeah?
What if we find life out there?
I'm sitting in front of a green screen in a frigid garage. I don't know. You know what? Let's find out what our scientists want with Europa.
Oh. Hey. I didn't see you there. Oh, hey, I did not see you there. Let's go talk about Europa. Yeah. You're not gonna tell anyone what you... Awesome, thanks.
This is a stream, and like this stream, Europa has water. Probably. No one's ever actually been there. If you made two water balloons, one with all the water from the oceans on Earth, and the other with the water from the subsurface ocean of Europa, this is about how big the water balloons would be. There is approximately 81 quintillion, 500 quadrillion gallons of water on Europa. If your cat weighs 5 pounds, about Jack's weight, and lives a fairly long life, it will drink about 200 gallons of water in its lifetime. But if Jack had more time to live, it would take him over 407 quadrillion years to dry up Europa. That's a hard fact to swallow. Jack is alive. He's a living thing. And that's exactly why scientists are so interested in Europa. And like Jack, Europa is young. Its core is churning and heating the ice on the surface. And what happens when you heat ice? What up, Angel? Here's a question I must ask. Can you tell me what water is?
An ingredient for life.
If Europa is anything like Earth, hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor could be a pretty good place to start looking for alien life. Microbes are everywhere. At least on our planet they are. Microbes that live near these thermal vents can convert the chemicals that come out of them into energy. Food. I just made eggs for me and Jack here, a process I like to refer to as cooking. But when we're talking about microbes creating energy from the chemicals released by hydrothermal vents, well, that's called chemosynthesis. Microscopic life isn't the only life you will find around hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor. The Smithsonian Institute has an amazing video with just how booming a hydrothermal vents neighborhood can be. A common belief among scientists is that life here on Earth began around these undersea vents where some of the oldest organisms that we know of truly thrive. Getting to these hydrothermal vents will be a challenge. Its subsurface ocean is estimated to be around 60 miles deep. That is around 8 times deeper than the deepest point in our oceans. But hopefully, with a high enough budget and enough positive feedback from us, our scientists will be inspired to find a way. It hasn't really started snowing yet this year, but when it does, roads can get icy if the melted snow freezes on it. This icy material is called ice. This place has a bunch of ice, like hilariously more than your freezer. You could take an Antarctica-sized chunk of ice out of Europa, and you would still be left with enough ice to give Mr. Freeze ice envy on a global scale. Some articles, like this one posted to space.com, estimate the thickness of the icy surface of Europa to be anywhere from 50 to 100 miles thick. But it's fine, because Antarctica at its thickest point is less than 10 miles. It would take me 13 and a half seconds to fall from the top of the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. But if I were to fall 100 miles, it would take me 3 minutes to hit the ground. Here's something you can try at home. First, you're going to need a pitch black room. Next, you're going to need your phone. Sit on the floor of the dark room, set the timer on your phone for 3 minutes, flip the phone screen side down, and wait. Fun fact, you could have also used a standard egg timer. You just wouldn't have known when you finished falling. Regardless how much ice on Europa there is, if we want to get to that subsurface ocean, we're gonna have to break through it. All kinds of ideas have come forth on how we might accomplish such a feat, but my favorite is with a spindle. The cryobot that Stone Aerospace is working on. Not the sewing thing. Stone Aerospace developed a prototype of this subglacial polar ice navigation, descent, and lake exploration vehicle called the Very Deep Autonomous Laser-Powered Kilowatt-Class Yo-Yoing Robotic Ice Explorer. And like Superman, this craft uses lasers. So far, this technology can only melt through about 70 feet of ice per hour, but the plan is to melt a hole through the ice of Europa and drop a submarine into the subsurface ocean. Elon Musk has also voiced an interest in sending a submarine to Europa. He said it would be cool. Unfortunately, this is not as easy as 1, 2, 3. There are problems scientists need to face, such as the safest place to land on Europa. The surface is speculated to be jagged, bombarded with radiation, and some even say it might be too soft to land on. Whatever the case, we will know for sure whether or not a mission to land on the surface is still feasible. NASA has a craft set to perform a series of flybys in the early 2020s called the Europa Clipper. Its estimated cost at this point lies around $2 billion. If you had $2 billion to toss and could throw $80 every minute, it would take you 2,853 years to deplete your supply of dineros. One of the first steps in determining whether or not further exploration of Europa should continue is to confirm that the vapor we have seen leaving the surface is in fact H2O. I painted this, by the way, so if you want to see some other cool stuff I painted, assuming all goes well and the orbiter finds everything that it's looking for, a follow-up mission will be sent to actually land on the surface. Now that mission will be to scan for biosignatures, see what's up with the surface and subsurface, as well as help plan for any future missions. Get your telescopes and support our scientists. Know that the most powerful tool for learning is interest. Let me know what you're interested in. Maybe I'll make a video about it.